Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I got some things to work on tonight. I figured I'd live stream it. I was like that close to just putting on like another stream. I didn't have anyone that I follow though that was streaming, so I guess that was the ultimate decision. But yeah. We are going to be pushing out a couple updates. Off stream, I have been working on the next update, which is the consolidation update. I took a look at my mod, and that thing is 13.3 megs in a mod. In the form of a mod, it's a chungus. It's huge. So I've been doing things to cut back on that space. I've been migrating old code, cleaning things up where I could, getting off of like old systems. This has been like a fix and fix behind the scenes kind of update. But I think I have trimmed the mod down quite a bit. A little into this, we'll make a couple more changes. I have a list on my phone. One bug that someone had recently pointed out was the fact that mana torches, when you used Rusty Dust on a mana torch, it did not consume the Rusty Dust. I completely forgot to put that logic in. So that's going to be one of the fixes. It will again consume mana torches. Or it will again consume Rusty Dust right there. See, now we're at 62. If I reload to make sure the client and the server are syncing, we should still see 62. Love it. Gotta love it. I'm just getting some of the stuff off my phone. Boop. Sweet. Interesting. I keep putting my phone on my wallet, and it's saying like new tag scanned, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Yeah, this wallet's really RF blocking. All right. Oh, I did some work too. So we have the new prisms here. All right, we got that one, and that one, right? So they're going to look different. Inactive prisms, you no longer... So there have been some changes, right? Now you see the hitbox. I have to change the tooltip up there. You know what? We will do that now. You know, we'll do that in a bit. But now you could take your spell, Transmutation, cast it on it, and that actually will activate it. There we go. Now I could stand in it and see like the hitbox also changes colors to show it's active. You could stand in it now, and then when you would cast your spell, you would be getting the effect of whatever it is. And it's the same thing with these other ones here too. Boop, boop. So that was another thing that I have done. More! And again, this writing on the outside of the ring, it actually says something. I think I say that every once in a while when I see it and I bring it up. It was something I told people a long time ago. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know what that says. It'll be our little secret. Okay. First things first, I did notice this. Let's change that tooltip up top so this flows a little better. To do that, we are going to have to go into block entity? Block entity, right? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Really? Info. There we go. That's what it is. Throw a talisman in to activate it. Wrong. Actually, we probably should localize this. That's what we should do. So what I need to do is copy that. We're going to create a key, a new key. And I was talking about World of Warcraft a lot today at work. I just wanted to throw that out there to anyone who cares. We were talking about some like PvP tactics. Like my one coworker plays a monk and I play a death knight, and he's talking about like the fun parts of our classes. It was actually really cool. I liked it. It was good fun. It was good fun. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. So that's the localized key. I'm going to call this... Oh my god, come on, man. Anyway, are you high right now? I literally copied this in the stupidest way. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna say tool prism off. That's going to be the key. Technically, it's just all we care about is this msg.world. It's a world message. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't be a world message. It is block info. That is going to be our message. Or what am I calling these? I think I did call these world messages. Yeah, unheld, interact, block help. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like this. Perfect. Where did my key go? I lost the key I was working on? No, I didn't lose it, did I? There it is, prism off. Alright, so I'm going to say cast transmutation to activate this prism. There we go. Boop. And boop. Perfect. So I'm going to save that. Now we got to copy this key. I got to go back into... Not item rusty dust. I think we're done with that. I fixed that. We got to go back into here. So in this language file now, or this language method, we are going to do RMR references dot mod ID with colon plus, and then we're going to put in the key correctly in a string. There we go. That is officially localized. I'm going to fireball it in, and so it took immediate effect. If we reload the world, it should pull up the text that we just put in, right? So we just localized that. I'm opening up tonight. It's a special treat, everyone. Mountain Dew Livewire. I'm going to be staying up late tonight. Oh, ooh, man, I love some good orange juice, let me tell you. I put one too many periods in here. Dot dot. Yup. Dang it. There we go. So when I reload, it'll be right. Okay, so cast transmutation to activate this prism, and I have the tag of transmutable there. So let's see what it's going to say when it's activated. So far, we don't have anything when it's actually on. I think I'm going to have a couple different things, because each type is going to do something else, and we have 3 types of prisms. And I think what I want to do is tell you what it does. I think that's what I want to tell you. Oh, you know what? There's something else we should put in here too. I think I'm gonna make another key for it. So I'll do off-1, off-2, because I do want to preserve this. And I'm going to not have a font color here. I'm just going to say requires magic tier 2 plus to activate. I probably should give you that information, you know, because of the nice guy that I am. -1 and -2, because that's an important thing. You can get these from other players, like they're tradable. But if you're tier 1 mage, you cannot activate these and you cannot use them. Maybe I should make it so it explodes in your face. So mean. Cast transmutation to activate this prism, requires magic tier 2 to activate. I shouldn't have that in red, I don't think. I don't think that's really worthy of red. Red is bad normally. I think I'd confuse people keeping that red. Because it's just informational, right? Like, just cast Transmutation to activate it. Requires Magic Tier 2+. Perfect. Okay, that's good enough. I'm just going to assume the color changed. I'm not going to reload again. Now we need to look at this, right? So let's do Emanation first. Good old Emanation. All right, we're going to make some space here. So instead of off, where is my prism? I need to nail this word here. Emanation. I'm going to say prism-emanation-on. I think that's going to be the format that I'm going to want to do. Oh, what the hell that X is there for. There we go. All right, so we're going to have one for emanation. We're going to have one for magnification. I'm excited to actually work on this. There's a lot of things that I really want to make. A lot of spells that I want to put in. Like, driving home today, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to have a telekinesis spell? Right? Like, one level could just pick up, like, item entities. What if the other one could, like, pick up entities and players? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be cool to have, like, a death grip, right? To where I could just pull someone towards me or push them back. I think those would be fun spells. Griefy spells, but fun. What the fuck is this? Like, why is it doing that? What are you? I swear to God, what is this? You update something and it does weird things. Oh. All right, so I can say spells cast within the center of this prism will also affect entities around you within, and I'm going to put something in here, blocks within a radius of blank blocks. There we go. I think I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit. We'll see how long it is. Same thing here. All right, so magnification, right? Spells cast within the center of this prism will have their effects enhanced. And then we have duplication, which I think is going to be the most fun. Spells cast within this prism will be recorded, or will be transferred into a one-time use lacrima. And then I'm going to have a generic on. Right, so I'm not going to have it be like duplication. It's just going to be on one. And this one's going to say, not all spells are affected, right? Because, like, you can't do AoE transmutation, right? I'm not going to let you do something like that. I'm not going to let you do, like magnification for transmutation doesn't really make sense either, the way it's hard-coded. You know, like, I'm just going to cut some spells out, like, you know, AoE corpse swap, right? Like, the corpse swap spell. How is that going to work? Order of operations, you know, like, it's probably going to screw up pretty bad. And someone's gonna end up glitching into the world and getting mad. You know? Some crap's going down. Alright. So I think we just have to go back into... I'm gonna pop this out so I can see it. We are gonna hop back into here, and that should be all of the tooltips. I'm going to have to look at... Prism Emanation on. So if it contains this... Let me copy this. So we're also going to have one for magnification. We are also going to have one for duplication. And I'm going to get rid of this last part. Before, I had it to where you had to use a talisman, and you threw a talisman in, and it like turned it on, and then it would only affect spells of that talisman and not a talisman type. And I'm like, you know what? Why am I making it more confusing for people? You know, just to give talismans more of a use. I can do that in other ways. Oh no, we're drowning! Help! Police! Where'd my list go? There it is, there it is. Alright, so I need to grab this key here. Now how do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna have to paste that in. Right? And I'm going to say like RMR references dot mod ID with colon plus. Now I think I want to do something like this where it's like plus and then I put like one dot. I think that's what I'm gonna want to do. For each one, right? Paste that in, that would be 2 dots. Shoot, and I did it wrong. There we go. Now that's right. Now I'm going to paste that in there, and that's going to be 3 dots. No idea if this is going to work. I may not even like what I'm doing. So it's the illusion of loading is what I'm trying to accomplish right now. You know, that it's actively trying to do something. I'm going to paste that in. We're going to do RMR references again, dot mod ID with colon plus. Okay, so we're just going to test the emanation for now. Let's see what it looks like. Boom, we got some stuff. We got to reload. We need these localized keys to actually tell us something. My monitors are all jacked up. What happened? Oh, you know what? I bumped into them. Door's right there, and I remember like bashing it on my arm and being like, eh, whatever. That's a past Vice or future Vice issue. Yeah, see, that's too long. That's too big. But we are getting the effects here. So Prism of Emanation. Let's put a flat tire one, right? Cast Transmutation to activate this prism, requires magic tier 2+. This one's gonna be cast spells with the center of this prism. Cast spells with the center. Jeez, man. I English well. Cast spells in the center of this prism. Casting is spells cast within. Oh my god. Oh my god. Within. That's what it was. I just forgot the in. Right? Within the center of this prism will... And I'm going to put a new line here. We're gonna go ahead and put a new line in there. I think I got to do that, right? Got to do like... Trying to remember what I do, honestly. I should look for it here. I'm gonna do a quick search here. No, I was totally right. I was expecting it to change color. There we go. So we're gonna make a new line. And I can get rid of these spaces here. That should make it look a lot better. All right, boop, reload. I English well. Ugh. Why am I putting the tooltip here? This is more of a tooltip, not really. You know what? I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna keep those keys because I am gonna use those keys. Well, actually, not in the current state. I'm going to cut these out. I'm just going to put something here so it errors out so I know to come back. We're going to go back up to the block section. Tooltip block right here. I'm going to change it to tooltip block dash prism. And then I'll just remember this here. That means I can get rid of this. Actually put the space back in. There we go. All right, we will come back to those. Good, I can get rid of that. This is gonna be 2. So I can say cast a spell while standing in the cast a spell within this prism to activate. There we go. Good enough. I will let the people tell me. I will let them tell me if I have done well or not. That means I just need this key now. Boop, paste. Boop, and boop. Perfect. I guess this localized key, I have to get rid of one of my dots on each one here. And I'll just get rid of that altogether there. Save, fireball, and reload. There we go. Oh, I forgot one more thing too. This needs to be 2. There we go. Save, fireball. There we go. Cast a spell within this prism to activate. I don't like the loading that it's doing. I don't like it. You know what I could do? I had a similar thing with this stuff. I ended up putting that equal sign bar. I could just do that. Although why do I even care? Talisman type. Talisman type nothing. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this real easy on myself. I'm just gonna paste this in right here. I'm gonna comment that out and comment that out. I may end up using them. I'm just gonna do an old-fashioned 1 and 2. There we go. It's not going to do any, like, loading. Like, you see there's animations anyways, right? Cast a spell within this prism to activate. Not all spells are affected. I think that is perfect. And I think, honestly, that is perfect for everything here. So, I'm going to tweak what I did here. So, I'm going to say, instead of, like, prism or anything, this is just going to be on. So if it contains on, I want to give you this information. And I think just for the sake of readability, I'm going to put a space in between the off as well. And I think that's it. So this part, I don't need. Did you fix the animation glitch? Nope, no idea how. I remember hearing about a fix for it. We're talking like last year. And I think it's something you have to manually type in from the model creator, like what it generates. You have to manually type something in to get that 360 kind of smooth. I just have no idea what it is. So for now, I'm not harping on it because I at least know there is a solution for it. I just got to find it. There we go. Cast spell. And this is the, yep, see cast transmutation. We have that space. Magic tier 2+ to activate. Transmutable. I think they came out pretty good, right? They look kind of inert here. And then when you cast transmutation and activate them, boom. And each one with like different patterns too, different runes. Perfect. Oh, let's do the let's look at the tooltip for this thing. Creates a magical field that when activates can change the behavior of a spell. Oh, Vice. Ew. I made a generic thing? Come on, man, you're better than that. You're better than that. Vague, by a little bit anyways. Alright, so I need to go into the block, or the prism block class file. Here we go. Okay, so I just have the tooltip here for prism. So you know what? Let's go back up to those keys that I made, which are right here. So I think I'll have the generic information, and then I'm going to put more beneath it. Like right in here. So basically I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to cut that out. I will paste it in here. So I'm going to have to do something clever here. I'm going to have to do this. And what I'm going to do is create another path. So let's look at the position. I think it's going to be 1. Tool prism. So that's position 1, or that's 0. And then we'll have the type, which will be 1. I'll just say path 1. I will rename this path 0 because it really should be specified. I'll just do path 1 right there. That way I don't have to do anything else. I can just fireball this in. And there we go. So it creates a magical field that when activated... Oh, Jesus, man. My English is horrible. How are you doing, by the way, Fritz? Hope you're doing well tonight. Creates a magical field when activated. Oh, when activated, that can change the behavior of spells. That's fine. A spell's cast within this, within the center of this prism will also affect entities around you within a radius. I'll say a radius comparable to your magic tier. Or I'll just say within your area. There we go. Mr. Andy Dandy, hello. Hello, hello. Doing quite well. That's good. That's good. Those animations are killing me, man. how they glitch. It is something I gotta actively fight to not just tackle right now. The solution's out there. I don't need to. I don't need to tackle it right now. Alright, so cast transmutation. Oh, wait, we're looking at it here, right? So... Oh, yeah, I'm giving off light with these things, too. Like, the lowest form of light. You know what? We're not going to give off any light. We're not going to give off any light at all. And also, I need to put another spacer there. Let's pull up the prism. I think I put a little light because I had the runes around it before, like the layer 1 runes. And then I got rid of those, right? So that's that right there, that off. We could just go ahead and terminate that. Can't remember how I fixed the ones with QP Tech. I remember it being some weird thing where you had to like manually adjust like something. I think it was something in the JSON animation. You had to like write something statically in, or else it gets like. And it pops out in my head because I remember Tyron talking about it, and I remember thinking like, Man, that's a thing we have to do. Like, Minecraft would just do a loop, you know? Like, and I vaguely remember my response, and then it makes me remember where I heard it from, right? Like, so it's like I'm getting it. There we go. That's what I want to see. All right, so the magnification, spell cast within the center of this prism will have their effects enhanced. A spell cast within the center of this prism will be transferred into a one-time use lacrima. Boom! All right, I think all of the stuff here is looking good, right? Transmutation, boom, baby. So it does its swirl, and then when it stops, it will start spitting. Now if I cast something in here, you can't see it, but on the other side, actually, I got rid of that print statement. That would have started the chain reaction. Rust-bound Minecraft port? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I do like Minecraft still. I do. It's just, it's really hard to go back to a game that doesn't have, like, the trees sway with the wind. Really hard to, like... I remember recently I went back into Minecraft, right, where I was watching someone that logged into their world, and I'm like, the fuck's wrong with that mountain next to you? It just had trees on it, but the leaves and everything looked all weird. I'm like, oh, I used to think this was fantastic. Whoa, spruce bushes look so good, man. I need those for my front yard. Bring me the shears. And now I'm like, ugh. What are those bushes? What are those things all over your world? Leaves. Maybe I shall leave. These were the old prisms. All right, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah. All right. Oh, no, we're not. We're not looking good. Big thing missing from these, my particles. I totally forgot to bring over the particle. All right, we have it open here, so I just gotta scroll down. Okay, so spawn tool, prism. So we have these particles here. That's right. So I think I want just ooh, I think I just want to look for on. And here I'm gonna comment those out because I did come up with other colors, and I may want to use them elsewhere. There we go. That's what I want to see. That is a working prism. Magic. You'll stand in it, you'll cast your spell, and it will do whatever it shall do. All right, so at least the foundation. See, that's that glitch. Like, you do something. I just don't know what it is. All right. Well, anyways, so that's working. I should really put... That wasn't even on my list of things to do and fix. So let me be responsible here. More responsible. By a little bit. Okay, so I got particle cleanup and sounds. I'm gonna do those off stream because that's kind of like grunt work. Oh, it was mentioned. So the Arcanus world magic, that needs a little love. There's no cap on it right now, so let's go ahead and bring that up. Let me get rid of those. They're looking good, right? They're looking good. We'll just put those back into the void. Oh, before I do that, I want to get rid of these. These are the lit versions. And now they will be gone. Perfect, perfect, and perfect. Boop. You know, I gotta try one more thing. Game mode 1. If I break these, I want to get... Okay, duplication. Yep, and I get the off version. Great, that's all I wanted to know. Let me put it back down. Let me cast the spell again. Done. Boom. There we go. That's looking better. Okay. Let me look away so the glitching doesn't distract me. We can close out everything that has to do with the prism. I can close that out. Okay, what was I working on here? GM2. I need mana torches. I need magic chalk. And I need a healthy amount of temporal fragments. We'll grab a bunch. right? So if you do this, right? I set it up for this. 1, 2, cash transmutation, eats it all, and then you're left with right there, right? World magic. You get 1. I'm going to let you do this in batches, but right now, if you put more than 1 out, it kind of eats your other your extra ingredients and still only gives you 1. That's a bug, but we will fix that by improving this. So I think I wrote down on my phone, I was thinking about it on the drive home today, because I got like an hour, 10-minute drive like from work. So I think in the beginning, I'll let you do 1, and then 4 batches of 4, then batches of 8, and then batches of 16 at a time for this. And the reason why in tier 1, I want you to start off at 1 is because that's like the maximum, like the lesser is like that's the best item, like the most expensive, kind of rare-ish item that you can get, all right? And then when you become a tier 2 mage, the idea is the lesser or the greater is now your new one. So, but you will need lesser still. So you'll be able to throw like 8 out, right? And then you'll be able to just mass produce 4, which will give you the ingredients to just make 2 each time, right? And then it gets better from there. I think that's what I'm going to start off as. That way, you know, it kind of rewards you, right? Like if I'm a celestial, you know, tier 4 mage, I can make a batch of 16 of the lessers and then just like kind of sell them, or you know what I mean? Like significantly less resources. And I believe a tier 4 mage will also have you'll be able to get your lantern. And I think I made it to where you could just use the lantern. That's the reusable version, right? So I could do 1, 2, right? Throw them in, cast transmutation. Boom, yep. So that's the other bonus of leveling up, right? So your torch cost goes down and you become more effective. Oop. All right, sweet. Let's make this happen. Let's go into the world of magic. Get rid of particles. This is going to be the ritual system. Because this is a primitive ritual, as I describe it. There we go. World magic arrays. Oof. World magic arrays. So I'm going to keep... no, I'm not going to keep that open. We're just going to go into here. So this is... oh, no, that's a boreal shift. Here we go. Arcanist Convergence. Wait a minute. I renamed that, didn't I? Convergence. Wasn't it Infusion? What did I name this? Hold on. Let me take a look here. Let me take a look. That doesn't quite seem right. Holy shit. It was Convergence. I mean, I guess that name's fine. I thought I called it something else. I guess not. Oh, I was thinking of Infusion. But yeah, I remember this. I was thinking of renaming it Infusion because I liked how it sounded, but the meaning wasn't the same. A convergence is that coming together, and infusion's like getting an infusion of blood, right? One thing's getting sucked into the other. These two are making something completely separate, independent of each other. I sometimes think deep about what I'm doing. Sometimes. All right. Let's do some code magic. Let's shotgun some code in here to fix this. So the first thing we do here is I create an entity list within a certain range. I step through that entity list and I get just the item that I care about, the ingredients that I care about. And then I increment that, right? And I make a counter for it. So yeah, see if it contains ingredient in, and if we come up to the top, it's actually what I put into the method here. Right, so okay, I do that. I make sure you have at least 2. That is the minimum. Blood transfusion, you know it. You know it, Fritz. So this is good. This is good. Now what I need to do is come down to here. So I start off at 0 again, right? Because I already did the check. You have more than enough. I believe I need to create a new int. And this int is going to be called max counter. And I'm going to have this equal 2. Feel like that's wrong. I'm going to have it equal 0. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to have 1 equal 2, 1 equal 0. So 1's going to be max counter, or I'll say current counter and max counter. Current counter, max counter. Oh, transfusion, not infusion. You know what? If you play enough fantasy video games, it could be an infusion. What do vampires do? Well, they drink it, but still. Come on, Fritz. I'm trying to use the logic of a fire, a torch being lit underwater. That's the logic we are subscribing to here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so we're going to look at the items here, right? So if the counter is greater or is less than 2, that's not what I should do. What I need to do here is take a snapshot of how many items there are. How do I want to approach this? Because I got to think of every way someone's going to try to break this system as I'm making it, which adds to the complexity. So what's happening now? I do a quick look through the list and I say, okay, you know what? If you had a reagent here, we're gonna eat the item, right? So it's less than 2. We're gonna eat this item. Yep, spawn, have it removed. You know what? I kind of call shenanigans on whoever said it will eat more items. I'm calling shenanigans. 1, 2, 3. Technically, it should, if it's failing like the person said, it should eat all 3 and give me 1. And it does not. It ate 2 and it gave me 1. That's what I would expect. Let me make some room here, jeez. Right? So yeah, those were valid items. Just to make sure, I'm going to reload the game to make sure the client and the server both agreed that those items were real. You know, for those multiplayer people out there. Yep, they're right there. Real. Realsies. Okay, so what happens if I do 4? I'm just going to use this because it'll be my rock. My anchor. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you just going to eat 2? Yeah, it just eats 2. So I think that person may have been a little misinformed. Or they found a way to break this that I have no idea how to recreate. Simply don't break. It's that simple. That simple. If you just do everything perfect the first time, it's simple. Come on, Vice. So, how do I want to do this? I have to account for you. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. No, I can't do it that way either. Sugar, man. So we start off at 0. Okay, I think I know what we can do. I need current counter. We're going to need another int, because I'm going to have to keep track of a couple things. I will say current counter... current amount to spawn. So if it's less than 2... I'm going to have to look at the list, I think. I'm going to have to look at the count of this list. Yeah, that's going to be my solution. So I'm going to create a new if statement. Okay, I think I figured it out. So I'm going to do this dot count. Check. Oh, this is just entity item. Hold on. Item entity list is what I want. This technically, this right here is what I want. So if I get the count and the count is greater than or equal to 2, then you can keep going. We can keep going. I'm going to cut this out, right? So I'm going to do a count and say, do you have at least 2 left in this list? If you do, then we know we can consume these 2. And then what we can do is add to the current counter each time we complete this, right? So I will say else. I'm going to just put this in. We will increment it by 1. This is going to be an else if statement. And I'm going to do the same check to see if the name contains what I'm looking for. And this is greater than or equal to 2. I'm going to do a couple things. I'll increase that counter. I will set this back to 0. And I believe that's all I want to do there. So current counter needs to come down to the item stack, and instead of 1, I'm just going to want to put the current counter. Oh, it doesn't exist in this context. Ah, yes. Let me cut that out, and I'm just going to paste it. Oop. You know what? I'm going to paste it right there. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and use this max counter because I don't like the fact that I'm statically putting in 2s here. Because if I ever want to change this to 3 or 4, I want to change it in one place. All right, let's take a look to see what it does. So basically, I'm going to initialize a couple things. For these, I might as well keep all of these together here. We are going to go through that list that we just generated. That has at least the minimum amount to do the job. We are going to make sure that the count is greater than or equal to 2. So, right, that's that minimum right here. And then if that is the case, then we are going to continue with the loop. What I probably should do is say else break. Because we are in a loop right now. So if you don't meet the minimum requirements, we can exit the loop and it's fine. Until then, it's going to keep ticking through, right? It's going to remove 1, get to the counter, remove the other one, get to the counter, and then, oh, wait. I think I need this to be first. Should be like this. Because we need to get into the counter, right? And then I need to see if we meet the requirement, right? So let's say, okay, so it starts off at 0 here. The max counter is going to be like 8, let's say. So it can go through here because we have 8 items in the list, and it checks this, right? So your max counter it's 2, but the current reagent counter is 0. So we say, okay, we can't go into here. But we could go down to here where we are, say the reagent item is less than your max counter. It's 0, and we want it to be 2. So it consumes the item, and then it increases the counter by that amount. This may screw me over here. Yeah, by stack size. Ooh, I gotta rewrite that. Because if you throw a stack of 64, I could just consume that. Maybe that's what that person was talking about, where it just happily ate your stuff. I bet it's that code right there. What I need to do is... I'm going to have to add 1 to it. So I'm going to have to keep the current counter, add 1. I need to go into the item stack, the stack size for it. Oh, you know what? I don't have to. Wait. This method right here saves me. If the stack size is less than or equal to the counter reagent, right? So if this is 2, then the stack size is like 3, then I'm only going to take away what I need here. Or no, it would never hit here. If the stack size was 2 and I needed to, it would eliminate the stack size and then set it to die. If not, then we actually do the subtraction here. And then if the size happens to equal 0, we have a safety check. Okay, you know what? Let's just give it a try. Fuck it. Boom. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. That should give us 2. It should consume it all. And it didn't already. Let's see what we got. I can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Move that there. So what did you give me exactly? You gave me 1, and I totally didn't even see how much that was. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to just do that one more time. Now it's like a game of keep away. Don't want to pick up my reagents. Took so long to throw them out. Okay. 55, 56. So it gave me 1 and 1. So it did actually eat more than it should have. Okay. We could tweak this. So what happened there? We had 4. So we should have been able to get into here. Right? Because the max counter was 2. Oh, what if I do... I do that. If it's greater than this, which means this won't trigger. I think our order of operations may be wrong there. We'll just give this a try, though. I made that one change. I'm curious to see like if we're closer or further away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that was 4, right? Yeah, 52. We'll just say it's 4. Okay, so same result, right? So, all right. Hydrate can do. You know what? I'll actually hydrate with some water. That is delicious. Ooh-wee. All right, let me pop this out. I do better when it's like full screen. Let's make it a little bigger. Boom. That's too big. There we go. Nice and big. So what are we doing? I started off with 4, right? So we started off at 0 there. But we get to our first bit here, and I say, okay, well, in this particular item, our count is 4, right? And that is greater. Oh, shit. We are never reducing our count. We are never actually reducing this count. We have to reduce it. We have to reduce it. Unless I don't use it at all. Is the count necessary? What's wrong with just going into this, right? So we have the item. I have 8 that I'm going to go through, and I say, okay, well, your counter item entity reagent, right? This right here started off at 0, so we're at 0. Is that greater than or equal to your max counter or 2, right? Because that's what we want. It would be a no in this case, so we would skip that, but we would come down here and see this. Is it less than? Yes, it is, right? Because it'd be 0, that's 2. So then we would consume the item. We would consume, if it's a stack of 2, we would consume both items. If it's a stack of 3, it would come down here and it would subtract 2 from that 3 to leave you with 1, a stack of 1, right? And then this is a loop, right? So there it goes, everything incremented. Now we go into the other thing. Now we got 7. And we get back into here and say, well, this is 1 is greater than or equal to 2. Nope. Skips it. Does the same thing. Increases it by 2, right? So we go back into the loop. Now we have 6. And then I say, okay, we now have 6. So what do we do? If this... oh, you know what? I don't even need that to be a nested if statement. It just needs to be that. That's even better. Because I say, okay, well, now you increase the current counter because we would hit that. I reset this back at 0. And so that would increase it by 1. And then we would go back into here and say, okay, 0 this. We suck another item up. I really should... You know what? I may have to do something with, maybe with I need a way, because there, I think in the current state, it's going to consume 1 extra. Potentially. Let's test it out. I should make a debug mode for this, where it doesn't consume the runes. 4. We got 4. Boom, right? Let me get rid of that. How many did we just make? 1. We just made 1. Why did we just make 1? Let's go back into here. So it did consume everything correctly. New item stack. We spawned the item stack. So this right here, current counter. Oh, current counter may have to be more than 0. So let's say we had 4, right? Greater than or equal to 2. Let's put a print statement in here. I think we're gonna have to use some print statements. This is complex enough to where I'm gonna need print statements in a couple of locations. I knew this was gonna be a fun challenge. And I'll say 1 colon plus what do you think current counter is at this point? I want to know the current counter. I also want to know at the end of each thing. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. I'm going to want to know the current counter here. I'm also going to want to know the reagent count as well. I am also going to want to know, what's a third thing that I'd want to know? You know what? That may actually be it. I just need to know those 2 things. And I'll make this one 3. Because that's like kind of at the end. Alright, now let's see what these numbers are. We're going to get quite a few numbers because we're running a loop. I'm going to throw 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I cast transmutation, we're going to add one more line here. And it's going to be I. I want a printout of I. I'm going to put a pipe in just for readability. There we go. Because I want to see, like, what ingredient in the stack, right? That way it's a little easier to read. Okay. We're going to cast this spell. Boom! Alright, we got a bunch of numbers to go through here. So what happened? We hit number 1 in the list, right? The first item. It went to 0 and it went to 1. I don't see... Oh, look at that. It started off at 0. That's what it is. I need to offset it. That's why it's screwed up. So this counter needs to start at 1. because you would have already verified that you are at least making one item. Think. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that was only one item. Beef! Silly question, I'm sure, but how do you do that without recompiling? Oh, it took a labor of love. Mr. Andy Dandy and I had to figure this thing out, polish the turd. I will give you a brief little summary here. We got 3 that time. So am I not supposed to offset it? Right? Am I not supposed to offset it? Okay, so what you need to do, this is called hot reload. You need to make sure that where you drop your DLL when you build it, when you build this out, it's gonna play a major role. Your folder structure, your launch settings. You need to make sure everything is pointing into the same folder location. It could be any folder location, but that DLL needs to be in the spot where you can detect changes were made, if that makes any sense. There is some stuff with my current setup that I want to fine tune, and I'll give you an example here. Right, so I got Rustbound Magic, so this is the main folder. Every once in a while, it seems to generate a second Rustbound Magic folder. And in that, it has Resource, Rustbound Magic, and then Assets. And it makes like a second thing, right? Oh, look at this. Look at this. See? Assets, Rustbound Magic, Recipe, Smithing, and then there is none. So it kind of makes some weird things every once in a while, it seems. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Here, this is the one. Rustbound Magic. Okay, here, Resource, Assets, right? So in my Assets folder here, that's where I drop my DLL, and that's where I compile everything. And by having it in there, I'm able to see, like, that's how I can change, like, the JSON, right? And then I just, like, save it. It will find items to save in the corner. Fireballing it in, it will apply the code changes. And sometimes you just need to, like, restart the world, you know, depending on what you're doing. If it's like a JSON file, you know, the language file, you'll have to do a world reload on that. It was a labor of love. 1, 2, 3, 4. You better give me 2. It gave me 1. It gave me 1, or it gave me 3. I'm using a variable incorrectly somewhere. Yeah, and it actually confirmed 1. So you know what? What if I copy this and I see before I make any changes at all? Right here in the root. Let's put this in. Let's do the same increment. Just like that, because I want to see, like, what it thinks it starts out at. And I'll say start. Or counter. I'll just say counter. And then here I'll say final counter. Fireball that in. Reload. If you are free tomorrow, Beef, I'm happy to help you out. I might take you up on that sometime if the offer stands. Not sure I have time tomorrow. Yeah, it is a lifesaver. it made doing my guidebook so much easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know what the result's going to be, but I just want to see what it starts out at and how it's trying to increment. Okay, so we have our counter starting at 0. Counter at 0. Counter at 0 again. Oh, this is why it needs to happen after. It needs to happen after. Freaking order of operations will get me every single time. I figure it out in the end. Sometimes the journey is a bit of a bear. Alright, close that. We got 2? We got 2. We did it. Alright. All right, let's see if lightning strikes twice, literally. I would love to make magic lightning someday. 1, 2, right? So if I just put out 2, that's the minimum. We should get 1 item. And I got 1. Perfect. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. You know what? For now, I'm going to modify my code to not consume the runes. Nothing happened. Beef with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate this, the support. Let me guess. Did ads start coming in? It seems like that's the culprit. Almost like Twitch knows what they're doing with that ad placement. Thank you again. They did. There, see, now it won't consume everything and I can just mass produce. So that was 2. What if I throw 3? Sometimes people may just throw their whole stack and it will be in an odd number. I just want... Oh, no. I want it to only consume 2. So now we need to make this a little better. Those darn ads. Hey, I guess it worked out in my favor, right, Beef? Again, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I started writing a mod for my wife a while back, a version of content creator integration, originally a Minecraft mod written by Ichin. Had something working, but haven't had time to keep up on it. Content creator integration, what's that? Oh, so would that be like Twitch integration? Things like that? That sounds like it'd be pretty darn cool. So I need to find a way to see if this is even or odd. And if it's even or odd, stop it. Or, you know what? What if I come into here? How am I gonna do this? I gotta think this out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You throw 100 bits and it spawns TNT, right? A drifter comes into Vintage Story, or no, a creeper comes into Vintage Story to blow up your stuff. Herobrine, invade your world. I think I can get rid of some of these print statements. Because we got the counters down. The unfortunate thing is, we had 3 here, and I allowed it to go, right? So I think what I need to do is get a modified count list. So let's create a new int, and I'm going to call this modified count list. And it's going to equal count list, right? Let's just start simple. Which means in here, I can just put modified count list. So that ideally is the same thing. And probably what I want to do is pull up. Now, this is something that I don't do often. You did ViesCraft, right? Yes, I did. Yes, sirree. Good old ViesCraft. I think I want to do the remainder, right? A remainder. So I want to say if modified count list. I actually need to update that mod too. I was going to do it tonight, but I didn't have time before the stream. I need to bring that environment in to, and I got to figure out my file structure here. I think probably what I'm going to do is right here, like I started to do it. I think I'm going to rename this instead of mods. I'm going to rename it like Rustbound Magic. And then I'm going to have like the ViesCraft and then, you know, like all my other like Eldritch monsters. That way when I go in, because cake build is what's killing me. This is why I can't have like Rustbound Magic and everything all at once. I tried to modify cake build and it's not compiling right if I change the name, so I figured there's something weird going on, but I mean, I could just do copies of the folder, I think, and it should be fine, or I may end up breaking everything. But I'll end up doing that. Once I have something up, we will be fixing those mods for 1.19. Probably tomorrow. I'll be having time tomorrow to live stream. A lot of time. Get rid of the prism. There we go. This is what I want. So, alright, so if this modulus what, 2? Modulus 1? Or modulus 2 equals 1. Right? Is that how you do it? The remainder, right? Because it would be like, so if it's 3, it would basically cut that down and say 1 is your remainder, right? If it's 5, that's another thing, right? That would be the remainder. And then what I would want to do is just take this and then like just subtract, you know, I could do you know, just subtract 1 from it. That way, that's the list that I go through, and it doesn't actually touch the other item. We're gonna see if this works. Again, I don't have many options to use something like this. So we got 3. Not quite, huh? Not quite. I may be doing it wrong, too. I may be doing it wrong. Because it may not be 2. Yeah, remainder of 1 after being divided by 2. I use ChatGPT for maths. ChatGPT, where are you? All right, let's see what's even trying to do here. Right? What are you trying to even do, sir? I'm just gonna cut this. All right, I'm gonna get rid of those. I want to see what it thinks the result of this is. You tell me what you think that is. And I also want to see what the undoctored modified list is. So I'll just say 2 and I'll just say 1. I want to see what it is. All right, tell me your secrets. Man, I'm running out. 1, 2, 3. 0. 0 and 4. Well, shit. It added 1. It added 1? It... What the hell? What the hell? I think I'm doing something. I'm doing something weird. That's gotta be it. Can I suck up that one item? There we go. I may have to go to ChatGPT. It's 0 and 4 again. you dirty little thing, you. How dare you? I'm pretty sure this math is correct. We start off with 3, right? And I basically want to say, you know what? What do I want to say? All right, ChatGPT, help me math. I'm too tired for this shenanigans. It was a very busy day at work. We had a switch fail overnight. So first thing in the morning, I'm like, well, time to program one. Let's deploy it. Replacement. Chat GPT. Oh, don't make me log in, bro. Come on. Oh, thank God. All right. I want to do math, or you know, I want to subtract from a number to make it an even number. Using C#. Yeah, that's right. You show me what to do. Here, let me hide my bookmark so everyone can see. Hide the bookmark bar. Make sure my name's not on any of this. Yeah, it is. So you only get this much. All right, it was doing it. That's it. Right there. Maybe, you know what? What if the initial number is 7? So 7 does the same thing, and then I take the initial number minus the remainder. So maybe I am trying to, maybe I was on the right track, right? So if I do something like this, right, to get the remainder, it's going to be this for my initial number, and then I would basically have to, instead of decreasing it, right, I would do this minus remainder, and I don't need an if statement there anymore, and it's going to be this equals this minus remainder, right? Let's move this over. Yeah, mod 2 always returns either a 0 or a 1. Yeah, so I think it was screwing me before trying to make an if statement that subtracted by 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. Okay. 3, there we go. Son of a beast. 0 and 4 again. All right, we're going happy with print statements here. I want to see what the hell this thinks it's doing. How dare it not do it right the first time? How dare it? All right, so I'm gonna get this right. I want the modified list. I'm gonna cut this out, and I'm gonna paste it there, right? And then I'm going to get this. I want to see what the hell the remainder is, right? So there's our remainder. Now, this is perfect. This should be 3, right? Because now I want to see what that modified list is. That should give me what I need. All right, let's do it again. You know, if you just worked right the first time. ... 5, 1, and 4. So it thought that my count was 5. It thought that the entity item list was 5. I call bullcrap on that. Right? Entity items. I don't think it quite knows what it's talking about. So I'm getting a unless, I mean, are there other items around? No, right? There were no other items around. There's nothing else here. You know, let's save, fireball this in. Let's make it daytime. You know, we've been working all day at this. Grab a fresh stack. Boom. Grab a couple. We'll live a little bit. 1, 2. What do you think this is? Please, game, enlighten me. 4, 0, and 4. 4, 0, and 4. 4. Is the block itself or the drawing on the floor? The drawing, they're blocks. They're all blocks. This should be getting an entity item is what the list is. Where it's an entity. It's making a list of the entities around it. Yeah, it has the wrong entity count, which could be my stupidity, honestly. it could be me. I can't badmouth it. It very well could be me. So the entity list, right? We get a 3.5 by 3.5. We take the position in the center. And then I make a radius, right? I go around in a circle and I get all of the items here, all the entities. And out of that, oh... That's the raw list. That is the raw list. The undoctored list. So it could be trying to pick up other things. Like I'm an entity, for instance. And it could be trying to pick me up. Even though I said no. No means no, game. Sooner you learn that. Let's do this. Let's create, right? Let's get this new list. We're going to loop through the list, and we're going to create another list here. We're going to get the values, right? So if this is an entity, I need to generate a new list with this. Or I need to prune the current list. So I need to do one of two things, right? There's a couple ways to attack this. I can go through this list, right? Actually, it would probably be better if I do it up here. So I generate the list of everything around. I make sure that the list is valid. I make sure that the item count, you know, I go through the item count, I loop through it, and I say if this is an item entity, then I think I need to make a second list, right? So in this list, I'll just have it say final entity item list. And this, I'm not going to, it's going to be an empty list. So this is going to be new entity array, and I think it wants something in there. It needs a size or an array initializer. Show me potential fixes. What do you think I need? You tell me. I love how, like, stupid this is. It's like, you need to do this, and then it gives you, like, well, you can change the name of the variable. It's like, come on, man. I don't know how big this is going to be. That's the problem. Can I just initialize it as, like, empty? What if I just do, like, initialize? GitHub explanation! Or what if I do that? There we go. That's what I needed to do, duh. Because I want this to dynamically grow. I'm not going to statically set it. And it is going to be empty, right? So now what I can do is say, okay, this is an item. We can go into this list, add item, or add, is it going to be add to array? Or add item? Because it's looking for entity item right now. I think it may be add to array. And then I'm going to want to put in this item here. So I'm going to loop through it and still do the increase. And then down here, let's look for everything that is the old list, right? So honestly, I don't need that anymore at this point. So this is going to be the new thing. I want to make sure this does not equal null. Oh, you know what? Let's do a couple. I want to make sure that does not equal null and this does not equal null. I'll do a check for both. This is going to have to be the final count, which is our real count. And then I'm going to loop through getting those particular values. And then everything else should be status quo. All right, let's see what you think this is now. 1, 2. Start off easy. 0, 0, 0. Zero, zero, zero. So it's not seeing anything here. So it may not be add to array. It may be. Oh, I gotta add this. I'm adding the wrong thing. That. No, wait, no. This would be. I think I actually just want to put maybe that in. Let's give that a try. Nope. So that's not it. Let's not do this. Maybe it's not add to array. Maybe this is just simple add item. Just good old-fashioned add item. I hate working with arrays. Fucking 0 still. Still! Been doing too much Java lately. Are arrays mutable in CS? No idea. No idea. Maybe, maybe not. I feel like we're close. This may not be the best way to do this. What if I do this? Else. So I got this. We got this list. What if I just remove? What if I remove the entry? I try and do that. There's nothing that says I can't prune this list. I hate that it's trying to like autofill for me. Leave me alone. Like, how dare you overstep you forget your place, Visual Studio. I make the rules around here. It's funny because like some of the stuff that they have to like help you just infuriates me sometimes. Hey, we got something. All right, so that made 1. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see what 3 does. Nope. We're getting the same GD numbers. This is weird. Oh my gosh. Did I? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? What does an array? Oh my god, this is... I'm an idiot. What does an array start with? 0, right? So what do you have to do? Or no, that's not it. That's not... Hold on. I know it's in one of these things. I screwed up. I think I added a 1 somewhere where I should be subtracting. I think that's what... Okay, so let me go back in here. Let's get rid of you. All right, which means I get rid of you. Let's prune out all of these bad ideas, like clearing out the first dates here. First dates gone, right? Because we start at 0, right? We start at flipping 0. Which means that something like this count, because this is going to be my modified... Wait, no, no. I think I'm on the right track. It's not supposed to be there. I'm thinking... You know, I thought I had it. Thought I had it. Because it seems like it increased everything by 1. So this number turned out to be 4. This one was 5. And then it turned out to be 4. You know, fuck it. I kind of want to see what happens. Let's set it back to, because, yeah, that actually may be it. because count starts at 1, my arrays are starting at 0. So I need to offset it, right? 1, 2, 3. Fucking magic, man! Those are the right numbers right there. And we got 1. And I got my 1 back. Let's clear this. That was with 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Oh, boy. Boom! I got 2, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, what if I throw this a curveball and I give it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I should have 1 left, and it should give me 2. I don't know if it did it. It gave me 3! No! If you're using the count to access an array element, yeah, 0, 0. So it gave me the right numbers and it gave me the wrong. It gave me the right numbers and it gave me the wrong. You know what? Actually, let's kind of look at everything else here. This is becoming a pain in the balls. You know what? Maybe it could just be our secret, and I never fully fix this. Nah, I can't do that. I think this part's right. I gotta start looking at things like this part would be right. This would make sense, right? That would make sense. I mean, we're starting at 0 here. I'm doing the count -1. I think I'm gonna stick with that, right? Because the modified count list looks correct, except for that last one. It said 9. That last one said 9. No, I'm gonna... The numbers here, the math is kind of getting weird. 8 and 8. 9, 1, and 8. These are the numbers that we're seeing. This is weird. God, I hate working with arrays. I'm gonna move it like right over here. Bob Ross. It'll just be our little secret, yeah. A little angry Vice over here, screaming at a bush. Everybody likes to scream into a bush sometimes. A happy little accident. Okay, you know what? I kind of want to get rid of this. I want to see what the hell the list is. Let's print out this list. Show me your secrets here. RMR references dot logger. Make a bunch of freaking equal signs. That way it pops out. And I want to do this value, right? Is it oh geez, in this array, what is it? Yeah, this one is an array. I can look at the array index. So let me cut this out. Let me paste it in here, actually. Get value I. I want to... You know what? Give me the names of everything here. I'm going to call it index. Give me the names. Give me the name of your manager. 1, 2, 3, right? Only 3 of these GD things. Oh, it sees... Does it see the entity? Holy shit, it's seeing the projectile. Oh, it would see the projectile, wouldn't it? That's why it's 1 higher. Because it's seeing the projectile. And then we got 3 items. And that's what's making a 4. Because I did the -1 there. I did the -1 there. But that doesn't help me, does it? Because that won't consume your items depending on how I'm building that list. Okay. Okay. I think we can work with this with very little effort. Maybe. Maybe. So... But you know what? I am still looping through. I'm going to keep these. I don't think I want to do this counter like this. I don't want to reduce it. Because we could go through all of it, right? In here, this is the real test. So let me cut this out. It was nice to see that. I don't think we need to really do anything crazy in here. I think what we need to do is focus on this part here. And I want to see... I want to see the value that we get here. Once we're inside, I should only see 3 things in here. That's it. Just 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy little accident. Look at that. Okay. Consistency. Item, item, item. And that is our main count there. I think what I need to do up top, right, with my counts is I can't rely on this. This right here, I cannot rely on that. Because it's going to give me a wildly different number depending on the entities that are around, other items being thrown out. Because part of me wants to just say, you know what? It's up to the player. Put 2, put 4, put 6, put 8 out. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's get rid of this. No, I need the remainder. I need it. I think I need to generate a new modified list count. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. I was lazy with this, and I think I must not be lazy with this. Make a final counter. I'm going to look for this, because I reset that. I get the information, and then I reset it to start. What if I don't reset it, and we use the other counter? And now I use that counter in here to keep track of everything here. Because I could get the information right off the bat when I generate that initial list. Right? And we're going to have to do more. Can you restrict the types of items allowed in the entity list? I do. Item entity. Oh, in the list you're saying, in here. Because I'm generating just a list. I'm not sure. It could be. Oh, the match is in there. Action consumable entity matches. You know what? Okay. So instead of null, let me look at something here. Let me look at something. Hold the phone, everyone. Hold the phone. World in, right? iWorld accessor. Let's take a little stroll here, because I think you're totally right, and it would make all of the jackassery that I'm currently doing, it would make it all just evaporate. Yet, Jesus, what the hell's it called? Get entities around. I'm going to analyze this. I want to see how it's being used in other parts here. Used by, uses. Are you kidding me? There we go. Behavior burning, slow tick. Yeah, see, so we're saying entity E. True. Let's try stone coffin. So I think this is what we want to do. Minus some of the jackassery. Alright, alright. So what if we generate this list, right? And I say entity, I don't care if it's alive. Honestly, I just care that it's an entity item. Would that just make my life so much easier? I think that just made my life so much easier. I'm going to keep the redundant check here. I think that just made my life so much easier. Let's see what the list is now. What kind of item is a projectile? I think it's just that. I think it's a projectile. Entity projectile. Like stones, they're entity projectiles as well. And I could go further with it, right? Because I can say, if it's this, if it's item and E dot code dot path dot contains, and I can say, what is it? What was it? Reagent in. That would stop it right there. That would make sure that it's not only an entity item, but it is Arcanus. Or whatever I'm trying to transmute at the time. Alright, what are my counts? I got rid of all the bullshittery. Good. Awesome. Okay. Let me clear everything around here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm like drifting off to the side here. Alright. 1, 2, 3. I'd better fucking see 3. Oh, wait. I had nothing come up. Did I save and fireball it in? Now I'm not getting anything. No, I'm not getting anything. I don't think it's completing anymore. What do you think the reagent count is? Zero. So it thinks it is 0. Methinks I screwed something up here. What if I got rid of this last part? That should work, though. What if I got rid of the last part? Alright, now tell me what you think is going on here. Motherfucker. You motherfucker. Oh, it gave me one back. You dirty little beast, you. Gave me one back and one. Okay, you know what? We've had success like that before. What if I just do 2? Is it going to freak out? Oh, it consumed it. I got it. What if I just do 1? Does nothing. Good. What if I do 4? Does it just give me 2? These numbers are looking all right. Yep, it gave me 2, right? Because I had 3 and then 5. I'm going to clear that. Let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be getting 2. Yep, there's my 2. All right, all right. What if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Get the fuck out of here. Got 1 back. And I got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I should get 3 and it should eat them all. There's 3. All right, you know what we need to do now? I think I need to put a cap on it. Because I'm pretty sure if I throw out a stack of 64 and cast this, it just made 32. Or no, 64. It would have made what, 16, right? Because I have 19. Let's try that again. I want to make sure the maths are correct. Boop. 64. Throw it out. Actually, it should be 32, right? I should get 32 of these. No, I'm getting 16. So, a lot of item entity. 64, and then the next one is 16. All right, so let me step through this because I got to make sure this is right. So counter 1 was 64. Shit. I have too many counter 1s. All right, you know what? Fine. Get rid of that. We'll do it one more time. So it should be counter 1, 2, and 3, because if that's the case, then this was the modified list, and that was 16, 0, 16. And then it went into the index here, and I got all of these values here. Which I don't think I need anymore. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It actually did pump out 16 of these. But we should have got 32. We should have got 32. I'm still wondering why this did not work. If this is item entity and the code path contains reagent, I think I need to prune this out. I need to look specifically for my reagent. I want to see what it thinks the reagent is that it's looking for. And this is a contains. So it would be just like temporal fragment. Code path should return. All right, so what do you think is this? What is this? If I do listed item entity dot code dot path, you cut that out. All right, pop that in. As it goes through the list, code path dot toString. Although it should already be a string. Oh, I forgot the plus. There we go. Seems weird, right? Seems weird. Oh, what am I doing? Let me suck that back up. Yum yum. Oats, what are you up to, Vice? Working on more world magic? Yeah. Trying. Oh, duh. It's not going to complete because it's up here, right? I wonder if I need to do something like, I need to static cast, entity item on that. Right, we make sure it's that, and then we static cast it. Because entity and entity item may be different things here. Just spitballing here. No, it's still nothing. And it's definitely contains and not an equals. Alright, what does it think here? Oh, it did it. Let's see all the jackassery here. Oh shit, it's just called item. Wait, there's something more you have to do. It's not the path. I think I'm remembering this now. It's not the path. I can't do it like that. To get the name, I believe it is item stack, right? You have to get the item stack out of here, and then I get the code for that. Item stack, and then .collectible.code. I think that's what it is. Temporal fragments. Oh, wait. There we go. Suck that up. There we go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's only getting, it's only seeing 16 at a time. I wonder if there's like a limit to the amount that list can hold. You know, that's 32. Alright, so if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what your max is. It would be a little more. Let's just do that, right? That should give me 4. And it did give me 4. What if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Right? Throw out 32 of them. I should get 16. And I do. Oh, shizzle. Am I doing the item stack addition correctly? So I'm getting a value here. I'm getting a count. Oh, shoot, because it's an item stack within the entity item. So that item stack would have its own stack size. So... But I am getting it here. I'm adding it here, which is giving me that first number as correct, right? Like this guy was correct. That one said 64. Then when we actually went into it, I need to, I think, create another. I need to be better about how I'm using this list. I think this first part should be, for the most part, done. I can comment that out because we are making a list up here. And it is a valid list, I think. I'm going to say initial count. And then we just make sure it's above 2. I'm going to actually cut these out and put them in here. And make sure that the item list is still valid. block accessor. And I can't go by this. So this is where we need to do something unique. I don't know if we have to. We can't do it this way. Because I think this is where things are getting weird, because I'm throwing them out individually. But when I throw a stat, let's do it this way. This would be the perfect test. Because stack size is what's killing me right now. 64. Right? Individual 64. I got 32. Would you imagine that? Although, let me think. I say all throughout my mod, throw something out with Q. In the guidebook and everything else, throw something out with Q. I really should fix this, but yeah, I'll fix it. I'm trying to talk myself into being lazy. All right. I'm gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do another loop. I want it to be separate, just for readability here. I am going to just go with the raw count in this list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the counter here. We're going to have that equal 0. And I'm going to say this equals... I'm going to scroll up to the top. Basically going to be this. Copy that and paste. This is the entity list. And I'm gonna do my safety check, even though it is redundant. I'm just gonna copy this over here as well. Paste that in there. Oh, I didn't even get the loop. Oh, Jesus, guys. I'm freaking tired, man. Let me tell you. I'm starting to make stupid mistakes. Oh, because I was trying to put everything in there. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wow, I may have to raid someone soon. I'm making some asinine. Being lazy is the sign of a good programmer. Yeah. When I'm watching Code Vice, it's like I'm a gorilla waiting to go on the tire swing and watching a rocket ship being launched into space. No idea what's happening most of the time. You know what? I just face roll the keyboard most of the time. It's confidence, man. It's that air of confidence. Me smash face on keyboard. Me makey good. All right, so okay, this is what I'm gonna want to do, right? I'm gonna static cast entity item, right? And I'm gonna get the stack size here, right? Now the modified count list, because I'm gonna look at each item in that list, and I'm generating what the real count list is. That real count list, which means, boop, I get rid of that. And now I can get the remainder of that real modified count list. You gotta fake it till you make it, Oats. Drop mic. Better be fucking 64. It ain't ball! No! Oh, you know, it didn't even play the sounds. Oh, look at that, though. Oh, come on, man. I hate when it does that. Look at all that is 64, isn't it? Count 64. It saw the correct count, and then we're going through the index here. Now the index, that's going to be an interesting thing. The index right here, I don't really care for anymore. I don't care about seeing that. There was no remainder, which would be right. The modified count, which would be also correct. We loop through that modified count. Dude, which that would still be incorrect. That is still incorrect, isn't it? This put the index out of range. Because I'm still using the list with the same amount. So yeah, that's not going to help me. So we're getting closer. Oh man, I'm so tempted to just be like, just don't throw item stacks out, right? Just Q. Hit Q. One at a time, people. One at a time. I could put protection in to say if the item stack is greater than 1, to ignore it too. The easier approach, or the lazy approach, is the easier one. But you know what? We've been working on this for so freaking long. I want to figure it out now. And each time it's like we're peeling back an onion, right? We're getting numbers that we should be getting. Peeling that onion back. There, let's move this up. I hate that it like stays on top of this, right? I hate that so much. It's so frustrating. Visual Studio, you hot garbage can, you. Yeah, I said it. So I don't think we have to screw with this. This is where we are now. I can't use that modified list. Can't do it. But what I could do is we're gonna need the real count. This is the real loop, right? So now while we're in here, let me just test this out. Let me try it now. Hold on. Give me a stack of another round. Give me another round. Oh, 16. It's right back, but initial count 0 0 0 0, right? Because it tried, and then it got to 64. Then 64, so that's still going to be 64. We need to use this 64 number. And the only, you know what? The only way that 64 number would work? If so, if this max counter I'm thinking I think I need to trim the scope a little bit. Is the first thing I need to do. Because I'm making this compatible with a stack of 64. You know what? Actually, I think we're fine there. Ah, boy. This is correct. We know everything's correct to this part. Let's go into the count. So let's say it picks the first batch, right? And it's 4. It's 4 oh shit, this would be wrong then. The max counter part would screw us. Because we would look for that final reagent, right? And then we get down to here, and if the stack size is low, it does that. And then what happens? I subtract from that initial stack size, and then I ignore it, right? Because then I just keep going. This is not right. This part right here is screwing us. Because I bet if I did this, right? I don't need the chalk anymore. Right? So something like this, where I'm splitting it out. That would work. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I should get 4 back. 16 to 20. Yep. If that was 3, it would screw up. I need to account for a stack of one single item, right? A stack of 64 up to a stack of 64 in here. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. So we're going to increase the stack size. If stack size equals 0, so that's our final count. So if it's greater, right? Our count equals the count plus the stack size. Stack size equals stack size minus the count. It's wrong. Yeah, this part's just not right. I gotta rewrite this. Let's make some space. Let's clean the cutting board. For the first item, let's say it's 3. So if the stack size is less than the final counter reagent... Oh, you know what? Let's see what I'm even calling this. What am I setting that variable to? We're setting it to 0. Doesn't make sense to set that to 0. I definitely screwed something up here. Let's look. Hold on, because I think it's getting too far away. Too much has happened. Let's go with this, the tried and true. Imperfections and all, but we're gonna paste that in. I'm gonna pretty this up a little bit. That's our modified list counter that we're getting. That is the final reagent counter, which should be up top here. It equals 0 anyways, so I don't need that either. These are going to be our counters here. Okay, okay. Okay, so that is the 20. So this should be the max, right? Max counter. Max counter. So if this is one of our items we're looking for, and the counter reagent is less than the max counter, right? So let's say it's 2. But we can't do it this way. We need to take a look at the item itself. So item entity. So I need to look at item entity dot item stack dot stack size. So if the stack size is less than or equal to the max counter, let's try that. So if it's that, and we do need to also keep track of this, because the max counter is going to have to. I think this may need to be tweaked. But we do need to keep track of that number there, because that's how we know we have eaten enough. Come further down and stay okay. Let's say the stack size is greater than that counter there, which would be 0. See, that part's wrong. We need to see what the max counter is. Shit. I think I need to change this. If stack size is greater than the counter, then do this. Let me swap this logic around. Right, so you start off at 0. We're eating the first one. When sex mod? Never. You can make one, though. There you go. Sex mod. Get out of here with that. Well, like, I'd want to see a pair of freaking rectangle tits. Nah, man. I'm cool. Rather see the real thing, my friend. Sag, right? Fritz, you're like, damn it. You were waiting, huh? Because I think that message was there for a little bit. You were just waiting for me to say something. You're like, yeah, when, Vice? When? Answer the man. Entity item, item stack, stack size. So if it's greater than the counter, which it should be, then let's subtract from it. I think I just want to redo this whole thing. Because I'm pursuing different ways of doing this. I can generate a new list, and in that list it could have everything like individual, you know, like individually laid out, and then I can take from that list. Oh, I'm playing OSRS. OSRS. I don't know what that is, man. I'm really tempted to just, like, to tell people, when you throw out an item, throw it out like that, Q. This is how you should do it. This is the Vice way. Because, honestly, this is starting to get really annoying for something that I'm going to see very little return on. Because that's your 32 right there. Oh, RuneScape, old school RuneScape. Ah, how? Now I know this is a loaded question, right? How is old school RuneScape? Unfortunately, a game like that, like you know, people have been playing for like freaking years and 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 years. So it's like new players, right? Like, how are you ever going to compete with those people who know life like fishing and just max everything out? That was the problem with EverQuest as well. Bet you this works. Fucking 32. You know what? Let's put in blocks against eating items that are greater than 1 for the stack size. Let's put that in. I've messed with this so much. I'm going to get a clean version right here. And I'm going to put that clean version in here. I'm going to do my counters the same way. Oh, did I screw something up? Of course I did. I'm going to put that in. Just like that. I'm going to put in the max counter here. And there's one more thing that we're going to have to do. I strayed way too far trying to do this. I try to give people what they want or what they think they want. Not this time, guys. Not this time. I'll have to revisit this maybe when I have a little more patience and I have more things in the game. I'm going to keep this, though. Because I like the fact that I generate just a list of the items I care about. We are going to get rid of that. That right there is perfect. I'm actually going to cut max counter out. And I'm going to put it deeper here. That way I could use it here as well. Here we go. And now I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to cut this out. We are going to put an if statement in here. If this is an elegant solution to this maddening problem. Oh yeah, and to fix the issue you mentioned with it being a large heap, they have a fix being fresh start worlds, which have separate brand exchange, and only new accounts could join them. Oh, okay. So there's like, yeah, there's like the server that you've been on for like 20 years, and then they have the fresh start worlds. Yeah, I don't know. I was more into like EverQuest. Honestly, I tried to play EverQuest 1 again, and I logged into my character, and I'm like, I fucking can't play this game. And the rose-tinted glasses were so real. It was bad. So if stack size is less than or equal to max counter. There we go. So basically, I'm going to ignore anything that is... In this case, it takes 2 to make 1. So you could throw a stack size of 2 out, but if you throw a stack size of 3, I'm going to completely ignore them. That way they're not eaten, they just will not convert. And you can pick them back up, and then you have another chance to throw them out correctly. So if you do this, right, ideally with this new logic, if I do that, now I got a bunch of chunks there. Let's see if it even makes anything. Didn't make anything. You know why? Because when I threw it out, it looks like it made 16 stacks of 4. And I think that's why I'm getting that 16. It's dividing it up into stacks of 4. It's not like Minecraft where it's one mega 64 stack, right? Now if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then I throw that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I just throw the rest out. That was 56. Some got converted. And I didn't get the item back. Okay, let's take a look at that. I think this is going to be the better way. Ignore anything. Anything that is undesirable, right? Anything that is undesirable. So we're going to go through this here, this max counter. So if it's 1, it's going to come into here. Stack size, if it's less than or equal to that, so we would end up consuming the 1, and I would remove it, and then we would be done. If it was a 2, I would consume... Ooh, we need to modify this a little bit. That's fine. Because if that ends up being a 2 for the stack size, it would still be within... Oh, actually, it would be... Yeah. If that's a 2, it wouldn't hit here. It would actually hit here. So 0... So if the first one would hit here, the second one would hit here for the other one. And then I need current counter, right? The current counter's got to be accurate. We got to put in that little branch of code. Where did all my commented out code go? Here we go. Did I delete it? Did I delete it? I think I may have deleted it by accident. I think I deleted it by accident. By accident, quote unquote. In my blind rage. That's easy to get back. There we go. I'm just gonna copy all of this. I totally botched that. That's the part I'm looking for right there. There. So let's scroll down. I'm going to preserve this code. That's better. Now I could paste what I originally had in there. And I need... Where is it? It's right down here. I need to increment this. Boop. And we need this to go right into here. And instead of the final counter, we need to reset counter back to 0. Oh my god. Let's skip past all of this. It is driving me crazy. It is so repetitive. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to throw a curveball in there. 9, 10. We got 4. Oh, so it looks like it did fine with the 1, the singles. Man, you know what? You know what? I'm just going to make it be all singles. I tried to be fancy with the max counter thing, and no. If it's less than or equal to 1. You know what? If it equals fucking 1. It's gotta equal 1. Throw them out one at a freaking time. So if I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Throw that out, throw that out. Those two should stay. Those two should be consumed. And I should get 1. There we go. And there's my 1. Thank you. Now what if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? I should get 5 of these. Consume those. There we go. Get rid of that. There's the 5. So you know what? If you don't throw them out one at a time with Q, like I say in... I'm pretty sure I say it in the mod database site. I say it in the handbook. Numerous places in the handbook that you press Q to throw out the individual items. I also say that in... I believe I say it in the handbook. In the... No, I don't. No, I don't. I think it's just those two. And now we're going to put the safety check everywhere else. Right? Because this is just for... Boop. This is just for the Arcanus. Let's scroll up. I can get rid of this. Device. I tried to throw them out all at once, but don't work. I'll be like, you know what? You can go ahead and uninstall my mod, thank you. Why don't you just turn around and go ahead and uninstall that mod? Oh man. Beep 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 beep. If Oh, wow. There we go. All right. That should be good there. Let's test that out. Boop. All right, this one's going to be a little more complex. Oh, we need to fix one more thing. Arcanus Convergence. We have to uncomment out this stuff so it actually consumes everything it should. There we go. I want to throw all my items out into one place and crash a server by converting everything. Your mod is bad. 41. So I'm going to throw all of these out. I should get one. I should get a stack of 20 with one remainder. Stack of 20. Oh, and it didn't give me a one remainder. You know what? Close enough. I gotta look at that some more. Honestly, I'm getting kind of sick of looking at it. And I'll probably fix it within the first 5 minutes tomorrow when I look at it. Let's just keep going. I got like so many other things that I actually want to work on. There we go. Where's my magic chalk? This is why I can't have anything nice. There we go. Alright, so if I do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, there we go. Just a bunch, right? There's 24 in there. No, more. There we go. 1 ingot and 44. Yeah, that would have been 20. Not bad. Let's see what it does. Oh, I forgot the runes. Why didn't it work? Vice, why didn't it work? Because you touch yourself at night. What'd I get? Actually, yeah, it just took another 20, so it just does the one. And then bam. You know, that's my problem. It's because people want to make more than one. That's why. People want to make more than one. There is another way I could solve this. Another way I could solve this is by... I could make it to where there are 2 types of magic arrays. One designed for onesie and twosie things, and maybe that one's really easy to make. The few runes. And then there could be an upgraded version where you could do it in bulk. That way I can set static variables. That's what is getting me, is trying to make a dynamic variable based on a random array list of item stacks with random stack sizes in that list. And, you know, I kind of already have 2 patterns as well. And I thought about this the past couple of days. You got this one here, where it requires more of the torches, right? And then... I'll put that there. I got this version here. Right, because I got that one as well. I could even modify this to literally be like that. I'm gonna even draw something different, right? Right? One can be a simple conversion, right? A 1-to-1 conversion. This one could give you like a bulk stack of, you know what? Let's live a little, huh? Let's do, I don't know. You know the other thing I can do? Holy shit, I just thought of this. Um, the resonator. This right here, right? So let's put this down. I could totally just copy the code like from this, and it would be a different conversion rate, but I don't think people would be upset with the conversion rate. We get a bunch of... Oh, wait, no, not Arcanus. Let me, get a bunch of yellow crystals. And let's look at this. I don't have all these memorized. Resonance, yeah. Right, so something like this... If I throw all of that stuff out, it's only going to do up to my amount, which I have a cap of 4. So what it does is it burns one of the items, right? So if this were the Arcanus, you know, to make the Arcanus, it would burn a temporal fragment, and then it just counts from there as it wipes out the other temporal fragments. And then that's so if you put 5 fragments, or if you put 5 elemental fragments in here, you will get 4 as a batch. But if you end up putting 2 in, you'll get 1, right? So you're burning something as fuel. Now, I can change that fuel. I can put something in here that says maybe you throw a rusty dust in. And this may be this would help the conversion rate quite a bit. But what if you throw out a rusty, or here, let's do it somewhere where it makes sense, right? You know, this is what the this is what people are used to. There we go. That's your fuel, right? Along with like the torch in the middle and the runes. And then if I throw out 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's too good of a conversion. That's too good of a conversion. I would have to take that amount and like subtract it, or divide it in 2, and then give you that amount. I kind of want to play with this code a little more. I think I'm going to gut this and do it differently. A way that I think will be maybe better. Maybe better. So I'm going to generate the same list the same way. Which means I'm going to start cleaning up some of this code as well. And I'm going to make sure, like, this is the same thing. I don't need that anymore either. Sounds like the stream just cut out. Anyone else having issues? Uh-oh. Wait, I got something. Fresh look for